1.8% including GST plus $6,000 marketing.
And how long authority?
30 days, that's fine.
30 days.
Done. Let's wrap it up. Your first one, bro.
I reckon that's a good podcast introduction.
Huh?
I reckon that's a good podcast introduction.
Good, man. Let's do
Telling
it.
the boys how it's done. The man that needs no introduction, Zed. How are you, man?
Good, mate. Yourself?
I'm very good.
What's
Thanks for
happening? Long
joining
time
me.
no see, mate.
Has been a long time.
Yeah. Geez, you're very persistent, aren't you?
Yeah.
I kept saying no, today, tomorrow,
Did you
today,
even
tomorrow.
remember me in the first place?
Of course I did.
Really?
How can I forget those beautiful green eyes?
I'm not sure.
Imagine if I had those green eyes, man, and this tan skin, you know?
You said
I'll be
someone else
closing
had
more
good
deals.
eyes in another podcast.
Did I?
Is that typical?
Or they probably had blue eyes, not green eyes.
Yeah. I think that was that Extraordinary Stories one.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
I was
Appreciate
listening
it.
to that one, and you
Oh, yeah?
said they had the beautiful eyes, so I couldn't help but bring it
I
up.
say, I love you, and you're beautiful to everybody out there. I think every single human being is beautiful the way they are.
I've done a lot of homework, and I found a quote that sort of was a good representation, I guess, because the foresight that I've had, I guess, about your journey.
Yeah.
I saw this quote and I thought it was a representation, I guess, of your journey. So I thought it'd be a good place to start it off with. And it said, "It was my job to prove to him that it was true. I aim for the moon because even if I lose, I still fall in the clouds." With that quote in mind, what do I need to know about your childhood to understand the man that sits in front of me today?
Oh, just you going in very deep to start with, mate. I love it.
I did say that.
I grew up in poverty, and me and my family, we migrated from Afghanistan to Pakistan. I think I was a baby. I think I was a year and a half old, and I don't remember much of Afghanistan. I've only spent like max 24 days in Afghanistan ever, and we had to hustle our way into another country, and Dad had to fight for our freedom. Dad had to walk a whole country to get to the next border where it's safe for our family and his family back then. Then we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. There was like 14 of us, and then I never saw what a bathroom looked like till the age of like 10, for example. Like we never had proper hot shower, cold shower. We didn't have the luxury of all that. So then when we migrated to Australia and my auntie was living in Australia, I knew that there was comfort here and I knew that there was peace here. And for a lot of people, I guess, that's been brought up in a war-torn country. I mean, it's unfortunate with what's happening with Iran and Israel. It's the poor people that are, I guess, not politics. Politically involved in. That's how much I hate politics, because I can't even say the word politics. That's how much I don't even watch it, because I grew up in that war-torn, it's unfortunate with what's happening. It's the civilians, it's the innocent people's lives that are in danger right now, and politicians are getting in there just killing shit. So I don't support, for example, countries. I don't support, I'm not very patriotic myself. I call myself very Australian because this land has given me the opportunity to become who I am today. And I'm very grateful of that. And I believe in humanity. Because you have to be a good human, then you can be patriotic, whatever it is. For example, I have a lot of Italian clients. They say Italy has the best soccer team. The French toast is better. French croissants better. I think it's all, part of politics. Blah blah blah. I feel like when God created this land, He never said this is Australia, this is Japan, this is South Africa, this is the Middle East. It's humans' greed that actually got in the way, that partitioned people. If there is two things that separates a human being in my eyes, it's number one, borders. Borders create enemies, saying this is my land, you're about to step into my land. And second thing is religion. The most religious people, I guess the educated ones, take advantage of the non-educated ones, and that's how you create segregation. And I feel like when it comes to borders and religion, I always tell people, just keep it to yourself. But you need to be a good human. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. So then that's taught me a lot, because I felt through adversity and I grew up in poverty. I realized that your health and your life is your biggest thing ever. I mean, your health is your wealth. And there is no point of achieving anything in life if you can't step outside and you don't even know if you're going to come back in one piece. So then Australia has given me this opportunity.
So you don't remember any of the...
I don't remember. I don't even like to look back, because there's no good memories of the migration that happened back in the days.
You don't even like to look back. You said a few times that it's the best thing that's ever happened to you, nonetheless.
It's given me the drive and the energy to hustle even 10 times harder. Nothing scares me because of the adversity I felt. I'm not saying that people need to go through war-torn country and all that. I mean, God forbid, I hope nobody goes through it, and it's not fair for any human being to go through that. But it's definitely give me a purpose, and it's definitely give me a different perspective because I've seen that life. Felt adversity. I mean, I got heaps of my mates that are very well, that's done very well for themselves, and they grew up in commission housing and Fitzroy and Collingwood, all those areas back in the days because they've just felt adversity. So if you've gone through hardship, then you wouldn't enjoy the good times.
Do you think that purpose has come with a desire to prove something?
No, there is no prove nothing at all. It's an opportunity to take advantage of it. A tree can grow as tall as it can. What can't humans do? And I want to be able to grow as tall as I can. But in the meantime, not to be money or greed driven. It's to be literally like, how much can I do as a human being? What's my full potential? Nah, I'm 5% there. I'm getting fucking started. Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because I still haven't achieved majority of the dreams and the goals and the visions that I've got. And every year I just upscale my next level goal. And every year I just want to make more of a positive impact to the society. And I want to create more Zeds around. And my ideal goal is to have at least 2,500 employees and take this brand to an international level. That's my ideal goal. Whether it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. I will make it happen because this has got my face obviously on it. Make it happen. That's what I live off and live by. But if it doesn't happen, that simply means that, I am not setting myself up for failure, but even if I can get down to, let's just say half of that, that's still 1,000 fucking lives that I get to be part of and make an impact on daily basis. That's it.
Do you find it hard to, when you said you want to get people around you, 1,000 Zeds around you?
Yeah.
Do you find it hard is the turnover high in this business?
No, there is no, very rarely my staff call in sick here, and I always encourage them, I go, you need to call in sick, mate. You're actually overworked. Go book yourself a holiday. But the speed of the employer is the speed of the employee, yeah?
Yeah, I say that because sometimes when I'm around people that don't match, I guess, the energy that I have, I find it challenging.
You shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They're not your energy people. You shouldn't be surrounded by people. You shouldn't have to be in that table if they don't have the same values and principles. They don't have the same mindset as you. Fuck them. Get a new table. But fuck them in a very nice way.
Of course.
Can we swear in this podcast?
100%.
All right, cool, man. Sorry.
There were 19 of us living in a 2-bedroom house for over 10 years. We left Kabul by car and then walked for days to get to the border. When we got to Pakistan, we were underprivileged. All of us crowded into this tiny house. I never saw a shower until we came to Australia. Our version of having a bath was pouring a bucket of cold water over our heads.
Yeah. Never saw swimming pools ever. That was our shower. And a lot of people that actually has been brought up in the Middle East, they would know what I'm referring to. You just literally get a bucket and you just pour on top of your head. That's your shower. Yeah, that's pretty much. And dirty nails, fucking, you got shit growing on your hair too. It's just a fucked up situation we're in.
I heard you say your parents in Kabul were, they were
very well off.
Yeah.
Parents were very well off. Not very well off. They had comfort living. Dad had a very good, stable job. We had land. He had land within 2 kilometers of the actual CBD. So if we would have had peace, I don't think I would have been as driven today. It's like we had land in Brighton of Afghanistan. So can you imagine how much it would be worth today if there was no war?
Noor's his name, yeah?
My dad?
Yeah.
Noor.
Yeah,
Noor.
You've described him as a hard worker.
Very hard.
Still?
Very hardworking. He's 75 years old today, and he still works. He doesn't believe in people handing you over shit. If you spend, if somebody spends $1 on you, you should spend $100 back on him. And he's just never ever. He's been the type of person where he's just raised his hand to somebody else. Can you take me up there? If there's anything that he's always wanted to achieve, was just self-reliant, self-educate yourself, and go out there, make shit happen.
Can you remember what it was like when he saw this building?
This building here, he's a man of gratitude. My dad's a man of gratitude. My dad prays 5 times a day, and he was in tears on the inside.
On the inside?
Yeah, on the inside. And I could tell. And even now, I dropped him off. He's in Afghanistan right now. I dropped him off to the airport last week, and he's very emotional. He is proud of every single one of his kids, including Marcy, Kai, T, my beautiful brothers. So he's very humbled, and he's very grateful. And one thing that I always remember, and he always tells me, is never forget where you've come from, and be grateful, have gratitude.
You said before he was crying on the inside. Did you find it hard to express it, or?
It was a proud moment for me.
Of course.
Yeah, it was a proud moment for me. And he found it hard on the inside because he's not very expressive. My dad's not an expressive person. He's more of an introvert. Yeah.
Interesting. You said before, you said you're only 5%.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said that to someone the other day about me.
Good.
Someone said, you've come so far. And I said, barely started, man.
Good.
2 years.
Good.
It's 2 years.
Well done. I love your content. I love what you're doing. You're doing amazing. You know, the fact that you're actually giving out positive vibe, positive energy, and you're actually inspiring one person. 50 people don't need to like you. 50 people don't need to listen to this. But if one person can get something out of this podcast, that's one person that you're actually making a positive impact in their life.
So you said you couldn't remember the childhood. When did you start? Like, have you pieced together what actually happened for you to get from Afghanistan or Pakistan to Australia?
Yeah, well,
remember all that?
Yeah, well, I studied up to grade 6 in Pakistan, and we had to walk from one. Let's just say we couldn't afford to catch a bus, so we had to walk from one city to another city on daily basis, and then come back in the cold, come back in the hotness, whatever it is. Today's kids, they have way too much luxury. You get picked up, you got different activities and all that. We didn't even know what activities were. We couldn't even afford anything, but Dad still focused on good education.
What other things did they instill in you?
What other things? What, sorry?
Did they instill in you, your parents?
Number one thing that I've learned with my dad is resilience, hard work, always do the right thing. Always do the right thing, no matter what. And always have gratitude because he's a man of God. So a person that has fear, a person that means well, will never be scared of anything else besides God himself. So he's always said, put God first and then put everyone else, family after and everyone else after. So yeah, hard work, discipline, gratitude, man.
How is that? How does that play a role in your life today?
Every single day I'm grateful. A lot of people, they forget where they've come from. For me personally, I pat myself in the back sometimes. I go, you know what? I would have dreamt to be in this position where I am today 5 years ago, 7 years ago. But now I'm still as hungry. If anything, I'm actually a lot more hungry than when I was 5 years ago.
Interesting. How do you think that's developed?
Discipline, consistency. And I've got a glass in here. I've got a quote in here. And I did a seminar and one of the guys asked me in the audience, said, what does success mean to you? I said, success for me, it means the continuation of success. Yeah. I had a great run last year. I had a great run in the last 5 years. How do I keep up the momentum? A lot of people have these roller coaster moments. They release a good product followed by a bad product, and then they give up after 4 or 5 times. For me, it's just about consistency. I don't need to like what I do. I don't need to love what I do. You just got to be consistent and be disciplined. Show up every day when you don't feel like showing up.
Do you love what you do?
I fucking love the grind, man. I love the grind. I love making a difference in other people's life. I'm good at what I do. I just closed one deal at 4,060,000. I got deals close another one at just under 3 million. You should have seen the faces, their expression just then. So yeah, my hand's itching. I probably got another deal coming up.
What happens when, because I'm assuming real estate is such an energy game, and I've learned from other conversations that you've done that you have like a high energy or a 24/7, and that you'll perhaps one day when you have kids, you might not work as hard. I'm not sure if you remember saying that in another conversation.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't work as hard, but I'll be selective. I'm doing it. So if I do have kids, I won't be running the same speed level as I am now. Like I'm in my mid-30s right now. And if I have kids and if I have a missus and all that, I don't think I'll be going through the same speed level. I'll probably go 9 to 5, no problem at all. But kids are a great motivator themselves. They motivate you, I feel like at a younger age. But I've built myself up so I don't have to do that. I can just work smart now. I'd rather close something at $11 million and close 10 properties and make the same commission. So I'll be more selective and smart about what I'm selling.
What would I see as acquired is, let's just say someone that you're trying to wind down and you're on your own.
I will never wind down, bro.
Yeah.
I'll never wind down. I don't believe in 9 to 5.
When I say wind down, I mean when you're recharging today.
Yeah.
If you were to go home, turn the phone off.
I don't turn the phone off.
Okay.
No, phone is always on. I check up my phone at 2 a.m. in the morning. If there's an inquiry, they get a respond back on the dotted line.
Do you find the need to rest then?
No. I feel like the people that get burnt out or the people that find the need to rest are the people that actually are not in the desired careers.
Yeah.
I am in a career where it's more of a lifestyle. It's more of a hobby for me. It's my passion. So it doesn't feel like work to me. But do I get holidays? Absolutely. If it means I just close something, let's just say $7 million tonight, I have the flexibility to be in Europe tomorrow morning.
I remember you saying that you still, while you're away, you never turn the phone off.
Yeah, the phone never switches off. If I have one rule, the phone never switches off. My staff can call me at any time, any moment, no problem at all. The phone will never switch off. And I'll be able to answer and get the deal done. No problem at all.
What do you think's changed in you then as a person? Because I've seen some videos of you when you were growing up I think it was the
Superman, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the Zed in that video compared to perhaps a video that you would do now? Because I look at videos that I do even like a year ago and I look at myself and I'm like, wow, I've come a long way.
The problem was when I did those videos, Das, I had no mentorship. And I had no one telling me what to do, what not to do, how to make a brand better, what's a brand about, what's real estate about. So I had no guidance at all. And sorry?
Do you think that's good?
It's not good. It's not good. I just wish somebody would have polished me. I just wish someone would have put me aside and say, Zed, do this. So everything I've ever done, I've done it myself. You know, it's like, it worked. It got people talking about it. So I just kept doing that. And I was just consistent at it. And they try to copy it. Thousands of people try to copy it. And Zed is where he is today because I never gave up. So I didn't give a fuck about what people thought. But did I do the wrong thing? No. I created a brand. And now they copy it. Now they can't even keep up with it. Yeah. Every person I can proudly say in Australia, they copy our videos. And I have no issues with that because we started the trend back in the days. Now they can't keep up with the momentum.
I say whether that's a good thing that you had no mentorship because I think I'm sitting right here with you now because I made those errors. And without those errors, it wouldn't have resulted in, how can I do this better next time? If that makes sense. I'm assuming you reflect.
Of course it makes sense.
Yeah.
I look back at my videos right now. In fact, we had our gala night last night, the night before our awards night, annual awards night. And, you know, one of the girls that was a model in one of the videos that I did 10 years ago, I go, remember what we did? That video, that was horrendous. What a shocking video that was. I can't believe we ended up selling that, you know, apartment back in the days in Docklands. And it worked. It worked back then. There was no such thing as, you know, social media influencer because we didn't have it. Social media wasn't that big back then. Digital marketing wasn't that big. And I was doing those videos and I was sending it via email to all the clients. So you just got to keep doing what you're doing. You just got to be consistent at it, man. That's it.
When did you want to do your own thing?
Zed Real Estate? When did I? My brothers encouraged me to do it. And I think I outgrew the area as well because I was selling real estate in a suburb where my average house price was between $400,000 to $600,000, and I was doing over 100 transactions a year. I outgrew the area. My vision was 10 times bigger than that area. I wanted to sell real estate in the luxury space, and when I wanted to sell luxury in the real estate space, I wanted to come in there and speak to agents that were dominating the area and that I thought that was market leaders and all that stuff. When I sat down next to him, I'm like, if this guy can do it, I can do it, you know, with my, you know, pants off. Whatever that means, you know. So I don't like hearing the word no. And I saw that there was a massive gap that needed to be filled in the luxury space. So then I just got in there and we demolished it overnight. And I just overserviced every single client, man.
When did that vision start? Was it always there?
Yeah, 7 years ago. It started, Zed Real Estate started 7 years ago. And
but the vision to actually do your own thing, was that always there? Like, because I saw a video from Dana White and it's like, if you hate going into work and if you're around people that you don't want to be around, similar to what you said before, it's like, get out of that environment right now. And I see that as similar to you. I'm not sure, were you in that environment and you're like, I don't belong here?
You know what it is? I didn't give a shit where I was.
Yeah.
I had my head down. And nobody liked me, I'll be honest with you. Nobody liked me because I didn't have time to sit down and bitch about what happened over the weekend. I didn't have time to say, hey, what did you get up to? Did you go out on a date? I don't give a fuck what you did, man. Did you get the deal done? That's always been my attitude because I knew that if I could make money, I could solve my problems via that money. People say money doesn't buy happiness, but I'd rather be in fucking Bahamas right now, chilling and working hard. I mean, not working hard, just chilling hard. That's what I would do. So I put my head down. I had my goals. I had my yearly goals, and I knew that I needed to work in order to get to that specific goal. I wanted to buy my dream house. I wanted to buy my dream car, whatever it was. I had goals and ambitions, and I had to follow it. And I knew that if I had to stick around, people were costing me time, money. So nobody ever liked me in that office. Do they respect me? Yeah. Did they doubt me? I don't know. But and they're still where they are today. They're still where they are. And if anything, they've gone lower because they're still being the same person where they are. Oh, life is just too fucking hard, Sid. You know, it's this. Mate, life's too hard because you choose to. That's a choice.
Does doubt play a part in your life now?
Sorry?
Does doubt play a part in your life?
Doubt? There's no such thing as doubt. I don't doubt anyone. I bring out the best out of every single person. You know, I'm invincible. I've always been invincible. Not arrogant, but just confident in myself and sharing myself to the world in an honest way because I've never harmed anybody. I just work hard, play hard,
Why do you think it's interesting? Why is that I know everyone talks about tall poppy, but like, 'cause I suspect it'd be easy for someone to come in here and say or think a certain way because of it just looks nice, you know, and you've got, you know, nice things around and all that sort of stuff. But I look at it and understanding where you've come from, perhaps that's the foresight required to actually respect it. But I suspect there would also be a lot of people in Australia that wouldn't. I just don't know what it is.
People look at me now, they're judging me now, but they actually don't know the hard work and the effort that I put through in the last 10 years. And people think that real estate's all flashy and all that stuff. Yeah, it is flashy. I'll make it look flashy because human beings are very judgmental creatures. I wouldn't personally sign up my property, my biggest asset that I work for, that I've been working for the last 25 years, and give it out to somebody that just shows up not being presentable, that's not sharp, that shows up in a punctured tire. You know?
I remember you saying that you on social media isn't who you actually are.
Nah, it's not me. Yeah. It's not me. It's just the general public. It's the general public that want me to show off the Rolexes and the fucking Lamborghinis and the sports cars and the luxury and all that. But that's just the world we live in. I use that as part of my brand. Like, I live on Beach Road in the Bayside. I won't mention my location, but you know, I park a Lamborghini outside my house, and it's probably rusted right now, and thousands of people drive past it. And, you know, I feel sorry for your car. Can you just let me wash it? If you got no room, just park it in my garage or my basement. I do it for one specific reason. It's branding. That's Zed's house. That's Zed's house. That's Zed's house. Oh, I know where you live. I just give them direction. Bam. I know you're that guy that drives fancy cars. Look at the world that we live in. It's sad. So I'm not a very religious person, and I read, you know, I've read the religious books, you know, and you look at the prophets back in the days, for example, that spread love. They weren't known for their Ferraris and Lamborghinis and big houses. They were just kind, good human beings that brought out the best out of each other. They were just kind people. Look at the world we live in now. People, man, girls are getting their fucking tits done nowadays. They're getting their asses done. Their lips are gone, you know, and they got these Louis Vuittons. They lack so much self-esteem, and they can't be told, for example, you know. And where is the natural beauty of life? Look at the world we live in. You know, there are people that I know that I'm dealing with them right now. They lack that much self-esteem that they look at all these blingy and glitz and glamour on social media, and the husbands are struggling to keep up with these type of relationships. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm not that part. But these clients are like that, so it makes me money by giving them what they want. So who is Zed? Mate, I've got a guitar here. That guitar makes me more happy than doing a deal. I literally just go chase the sun. I sit down more like a hippie, and a lot of people, of my close friends, they actually know that I'm like that. And I just enjoy a nice little coffee, and I enjoy a nice little, you know, I don't drink, so I just enjoy a nice sparkling water. That's who the real Zed is, because Zed's come from fucking rocket launchers and a war-torn country, so the money doesn't buy me happiness. The public wants it, so they demand it. I give it to them.
Do you have a desire to put that side of yourself out there?
Do I have a desire? Yeah, because human beings are judgmental creatures. Yeah, 100%.
Do you have a desire to?
I don't have the desire to put myself out there, but the brain wants me to. The public wants me to do it. So I just give the public what they want.
I ask that because I think with it, where the world's going, like authenticity, and I'm not saying you're not being authentic, but like if you put yourself out there, your true self, that is a way for people to connect. And I'm not sure. People seem to connect with you anyway, given your following.
You know what it is, bro? It's like I'm at a point in my life right now. I genuinely and people say this to me, oh, just because you got money now, you're living the dream now, you're just telling me that because you got it all. You say that. I actually don't have it all. To be honest, I'll be much rather happy in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment and having a nice, neat place, and that's it. That's all I care about, man. As long
Your
as
best
you
mate at
can't
Coles?
get, huh?
Isn't your best mate at Coles?
Yeah, he's still there. He's very happy. He's very happy. So I'll be happy in anything. I don't give a shit, man. There's no such thing as rich or poor in Australia. I genuinely do believe, because we live in such a beautiful part of the world that everyone can be whoever they want as long as they learn the lingo and they've got the right discipline and consistency. If you got to know war, what the fuck is there to be scared of? What are you scared of? You're scared of yourself? You doubt and put in doubt into your own head. I can't do this, I can't do that. Or some loser's telling you can't do this or you can't do that, or this can't be done, it's too hard. Get the fuck away from those people, man. That might be your mum, that might be your dad, that might be your own siblings. Don't give a shit. You know, just because somebody else can't do it doesn't mean that you've got the same life and same disciplines as them.
You said before that you're at 5%.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
I haven't given it my 95%. I haven't given my best. I haven't even tried. I haven't even gone and started yet. That's what I'm saying. I'm at 5% capacity because I've only outgrown the business. The business in Melbourne is incredibly, doing well now. And now the Gold Coast has taken off. It's time to open up Sydney, WA. We've done a contract in Dubai now as well, so I'm going international.
I remember you saying you didn't want to go there.
It was very flashy. I don't have to be there if it means that it's going to make me money. I don't have to be there. I don't like the environment there. It's too fake. Does it make me money? Is there a lot of money? Fuck yeah. Who says who doesn't like money?
What would make you happy? Not happy, but for you to reach that 95%, what do you think would need to happen?
Change more lives, man. I've seen the power and the man that I've become, and I want to be able to give back and change more lives of those 20-year-olds, that young Zed that was lost. Not to have conversations with idiots, not to go out to pubs every single weekend and just fucking get cooked. And cocaine's a big thing nowadays, whether people want to admit it or not. People getting cooked, they're running away from reality. I want to be able to do more, which is why I do the Zed Talks here, so I could share and say, you know what, a man with a power is a real man. A man that runs away from their own problems to just escape and just go out to the bars and pubs and gets cooked all the time, I don't consider him as a man.
What is the underlying message? Sorry to cut you off. What is the underlying message that you portray to those 20-year-olds?
Very simple. Protect your energy. Hang out with people that got their heads screwed in. Hang out with friends that have the same ambitions, same values as yourself. Put God first, put health second, put family. Because with good health and having gratitude, everything else aligns. And be with people that are disciplined, that bring out the best out of you. And be very selective about your energy. All you need is 3 or 4 friends max. The rest is all whatever.
What happens if you're at that age and you can't find anyone like that?
You don't need to. Self-reliance is the best thing ever. The top is very lonely, in fact. The top gets very, very lonely. It is. Because you don't want to have to share your energy with every single person. So then what actually makes you happy is just bringing out the best out of the people that want help and they reach out for help. That's it.
So I'm assuming what you said before, that to change the lives of others or the lost 20-year-olds, there's something more to that.
I was lost myself.
Yeah. But that isn't real estate. I'm not sure what that is, how to actually achieve that. But it sounds like there's an underlying or a deeper purpose behind why you're still committed.
Real estate's not about properties. It's about people.
Absolutely.
So people deal with people they like. It's just more of a transformation of energy. It's about how good you make somebody feel. And my product is properties. So it doesn't matter what you're selling. It's about how good do you make somebody feel when they've bought the biggest purchase of their life, or even a guitar. You're going to be the best guitarist out there. I can see the potential in you. That's all you need to tell somebody.
I gave up guitar for this.
You gave up guitar? You'll never give up guitar, because guitar, it's got these 6 strings that is the closest instrument to your heart. And if you notice, as a human being, we have a heartbeat. So then that's how we relate to music.
Yeah.
And it's the closest instrument to your heart. That's why you can relate to it. Go for it, mate.
Yeah. I used to, it's been a big passion of mine for 8 years. And I've played it since I finished school, which was way longer than that.
So I only got started with the guitar. I only know 4 or 5 chords, but I'm actually a drummer. So I just got that guitar literally just to calm me down. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, man. Really? It's my best friend now.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Take me back to the lost 20-year-old.
No mentorship, self-reliance. So I self-educated myself. If I was to say, did I have any mentors? Nah, I literally just picked up the books. I started reading more about marketing, business, self-development. And if there was one thing that has brought me to where I am today, it's been my self-belief. I give all my credit to my self-belief and not giving up and persisting.
Do you have a lot of kids at that age reach out to you now?
Plenty, man. I can't even. It's interesting. I actually wanted the attention when I was in my 20s. Now I actually don't want any attention. It's interesting. First half of your life, you try and get fame because apparently with fame comes money and all that stuff. But after a little while, like you actually don't want to be known. Like now, I have no privacy. I have no privacy because a lot of places that I go to, people look at me differently. People want to give me free shit. I get shit all the time thrown at me. But it is a blessing at the same time too. But it's also you don't get any privacy at all. So I can only imagine what celebrities go through. That's not living, man. So it's good to be under the radar. Now I get it.
Yeah. Well, I asked that before. I was like, what's something that's changed from the videos that you were doing back then to now? Like, how do you think you've grown as a person? That's probably the question that I meant then.
Yeah, polished value. But back then, it wasn't. It was mainly about content creation. Now it's about value content creation, value added content creation. It's like when people watch Zed real estate videos, they actually get to learn something. They get to learn sharpness. They get to learn fixtures, fittings, value. They get to learn a specific product. When they watch it, for example, I even tell them, here's the stamp duty. Here's how this client made it. This is before, this is after, and here's the result they got. So I'm doing a lot of that to give value. So before it was more about content creation and focusing on building a personal brand. Now it's content creation / added value and knowledge. I'm sharing that with people.
What do you say to the 20-year-old that reaches out to you now? Is it because I'm assuming
buy my book, zedtalk.com.au. Go out there. I've created the scripts and I've created dialogues, because it's kind of hard for me to keep up with it. So that's why I've created that. And I'm also very, very close to, in fact, I've got an interview with the publisher tomorrow, Arvo, and I'm releasing the books and people do reach out. It's got my story. It's got everything you can ask for in order to take your business to a whole new level. Plus, sell and list more properties and learn more about sales.
When you work for yourself, there's no Christmas, there's no Easter, there's no public holidays, there's no Sunday, no days off. In the early days, you're working through all those holidays. In fact, I still work 7 days a week. The phone never switches off, even when I'm on holidays. I have one rule: the phone never switches off, not unless I'm in the grave.
Yeah, still same thing. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what month it is. In fact, I about 2-3 weeks ago, I actually put 2024 in the contract. I still thought I was in 2024. That's how bad my memory is, because I don't even know what year, what month, or what day it is. And the grind never stops for me. Regardless of wherever I am, the phone never switches off. So that's what that means. It's always go, 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 go. A lot of people think, you're going to get burnt out. I haven't been burnt out in 14, 15 years. And I feel like the people that get burnt out are the people that I don't look up to myself. So if you're saying that you're getting burnt out, you're a fucking pussy in front of my eyes. You don't even like what you do. You got to go work-life balance. Yeah, well, guess what? If you enjoy what you do, I can just close a deal tonight and I'll be up in Bahamas tomorrow morning. I don't even know where Bahamas is, but it sounds quite nice. It's the flexibility, yeah? You don't get burnt out if you're actually creating value. Why do you get burnt out? It's a deal. Chase the deal. Yeah, if I do get burnt out, I book a trip spontaneously and my staff know that. And it's interesting. When I get burnt out, Das, and I go to Bali because just around the corner and the time difference is not much in comparison to Australia. So when I go to holidays, I book the trip spontaneously on that spot. So if it's 2:00, my last trip I did in Bali about 4 weeks ago, it was 1:00 and I jumped on a flight by 5 p.m. Don't pack my bags, nothing. You literally wear shorts, thongs, whatever you need to do, go up there. And then when I am up there, all I do is shorts. All I do is just train. I run for 4 kilometers a day, non-negotiable, with my top off so then I can keep up with my tan, okay, because I love being dark, yeah? And then I get to the gym and then I'm doing a full, hard, intense workout at the gym and then I'm having no carbs for 14 days or 10 days, however long I'm up there. It's more like a retreat for me. And then I read books, then I come back 10 times more stronger. A lot of people, when they go on holidays, they put carbs in them, they put alcohol in them, blah, 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 blah. For me, it's the other way around. It's about how do I get recharged, re-energized, and come back, go 10 times the speed.
Sounds like you're good at recognizing that, though.
Yeah.
Like you're recognizing when you perhaps need a break, despite how fast you run.
Yeah. But I do it when I need to, when the money's in the bank account, I just do it. I just fly out.
Yeah. So that kid at 20, what does he need to do? Does he need to find something that drives him?
Yeah, you need to have goals. I sat down with my Gold Coast team last week, actually early this week, and I went through 5 different goals for the next 12 months. I said, what is it that you guys want to achieve? We sat down, we worked out exactly what their personal goal was to their financial goal, and I broke it down to the amount of people you speak to on a daily basis, to weekly basis. I broke down each day by day, and then I worked out their financial goals, and I worked out their fortnightly goals, everything. I broke every single goal down, and then I put a deadline to it too. And goals give you a sense of direction. It gives you purpose. Otherwise, you're just showing up to work every single day. You're the same person as what you were last week or the week before or the year before. So goals give you a direction. So you need them goals in there.
What are your goals?
My goals? My number one thing right now, goal, is to look after what I'm going through. And that's my mental status and my health. I need to get stronger and focus back on the physique that I had and keep just doing more deals and double the deals, man, and change more lives. That's the honest truth. Money's not driving me at the moment.
So you said your mental health at the moment isn't the best, or?
No, I wouldn't say my mental health isn't the best right now. I'm in a very good position, but I feel like I can get stronger. I will get stronger.
How does that happen?
There are things in life that you're out of, that's outside your control. For example, one of my best mates is going through a little bit at the moment right now, and my focus and my energy is to help him out. But people want to be able to help themselves, if that makes sense, So that's something that money can't help you. So that's why I say money doesn't buy you happiness. I sell some beautiful homes, and a lot of the time these people are old, lonely, the kids don't talk to them. It's not something that I can get inspired by. And this is why a lot of people say in their 20s, oh, just because you got money, all that stuff, you know. But you don't understand that until you actually achieve it. So your strongest weapon in your life is your mindset. So feed that shit with positive energy. You got to keep going, yeah?
You've said in other podcasts that your main goal is the building in the city with the big Z on it.
Yeah.
And you've said that in other conversations though.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you as a person are somewhat developing as well. Like your overarching purpose perhaps is different to what it was. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so goals still exist. Goals still there. Will never change. We'll still keep developing. We'll still keep getting built.
When you look back in 10 years, what beliefs do you think that you hold true now do you think you'd be wrong about?
Beliefs. What would I be wrong about 10 years ago to now? I thought having more people knowing you is a good thing. Having more fame. Oh, I'm going to have more money. It's going to bring me more happiness and all that. Yeah, I can't wait to have more money. I thought money would bring you happiness, more happiness and all that. No, it actually doesn't. And I keep reminding people that you're not going to live forever. I've lost, clients. I just bloody sold a house last year, and he would give me all these herbal tea to myself and my brother whilst we were transacting the property. His wife would give us all these beautiful sweets and all that, and like, have this herbal tea. This is good for you. That's good for you. And he, I think he was he was a chiro and physio before that. Blah blah blah. And he would give me so much health advice, but then I found out 2 weeks later he had problems himself, and he passed out in his bed in his sleep. I'm like, fuck. He passed away. It's like, how does that shit happen, man? Life is so unexpected. You're literally so healthy, and the next minute you can't breathe properly and you're just dead. So life is never guaranteed. One lesson that I've learned is that your health is your biggest wealth. And yes, money doesn't buy you happiness. It's your mental status. And it's literally doing the right thing by people going 1,000 miles an hour. That's all good, but it's literally about looking after yourself first before you look after others, bro.
Do you need to work now?
Do I need to work? What do you mean? To live a happy life? No. Financially, I could have retired 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. Because as I said, you only need a certain amount of money, man. I would still live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, beautiful. Go out there for my walks and all that stuff. Don't need to do nothing. I just do it to change more lives now. Because money doesn't buy you happiness. So now I've noticed that.
It's interesting.
That's why I'm releasing my book. Yeah.
I think it's almost like there's something deeper. There's something really deep that's driving you to do what you do. And I just can't.
There is, bro. There is changed more lives.
Yeah.
Changed more lives. I used to listen to podcasts myself, and now I'm like, fuck, this guy's already got money. What the fuck is he talking about? I just want to pay my bills. Yeah, good. Pay your bills because it's the skill that makes you the money, not the money. So now it's mainly more about adding more value. That's all I'm doing now.
I worked hard for 3 years to achieve success. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I did not achieve success straight away. I actually failed. A few times over, really. Experience doesn't mean anything in sales unless you're willing to put in the hard work and the grind. A few times over, really. I actually failed. Can you take me back to something that stands out when I say that?
My first commission check was $7,500, and that's how much I made in the first year. I struggled. I did not give up. The second year, I made $25,000. The third year, I think it was probably about 45, whatever it was. I struggled a lot. I struggled to pay my bills. I did have a side hustle, but I'm not the one that will give up. I've never ever had any other career besides real estate. I'm like, if you can do it, I could do it better. I'm very challenge driven like that. But a lot of people, they give up, man. After a year or two, they just give up. It's like you go to university. It takes you 4 years before you become a lawyer. Well, do you want to quit on your halfway? No. Do you want to give up? No. Did I want to be a person that would give up halfway? No, I didn't. I kept persisting and I kept believing in myself. Like, if you can do it, I can do it 10 times better. So I just kept going, man. The first 3 years, I think a lot of people nowadays in the society, they just give up. After I'll try this for a little while and then I'll do this, I recently released one of the videos and I said there's a big difference between being committed and there's a big difference between being interested. You're interested to do this podcast, but you're not committed to doing a podcast. Or you're interested to go into this specific field. You're interested to lose weight, but you're not disciplined enough to watch that donut that you're about to put into your body and keep going from there. You're actually committed to losing weight. You're committed to your career. You're committed to your studies. You're committed to your missus. You're committed to your boyfriend. You're committed to life. But I'm interested to do this. Fuck that shit. That's the language of the poor. You want something, you got to be committed to it. And I was committed to real estate because I never had a plan B. I never doubted myself. I said, I will keep persisting and I'll keep going until I am where I need to be.
Did others doubt you?
Everyone doubted. Everyone doubts you. Every motherfucker doubts you. Every single person will doubt you, regardless of who you are, whatever you are. You will always have those doubts. But self-belief, you got to keep going there. You got to keep going there. Don't fucking give up. Don't give up. Keep telling yourself that, and you just got to show up. Even if you got nothing to do, you just got to show up. Speak to as many people as you can, and you'll get different advisors and create more opportunities out there. You got to keep fucking going. You got to keep going, yeah? And if you don't sell you to you, how do you expect others to buy you? And how do you expect others to invest in you? You got to keep going, keep going, keep going.
True. This thing that I've built has taken a lot, and 4 days after I resigned, like my last day was last Friday.
Wow.
And today, I've just got my first long-term partnership with a brand. They're going to pay me in a video just to use their products.
Congratulations.
2 years of hard work.
Yeah.
4 days after my last day, I get this. They're going to pay me to just use their video. I do one video a week. I just use their product in that video. And that is more than my rent. But I can get like 4 or 5 businesses like that ultimately.
Good, you will.
But
you will.
I feel like a lot of people are just scared to put themselves out there, and then if they find something they like or they're committed towards something, they're just not willing to perhaps take that next plunge or that next step.
A lot of people they lack pitch. They lack authenticity. And authenticity is something deep that comes from your heart, and that's how you get people captivated. So then if you don't sell you to you, and if you don't believe in your own product, other people isn't going to buy or invest into you. And the most attractive thing a human being can have is negotiation, communication skills. Don't wish it was easier for you to make money. Wish you were better to make money. Wish for more wisdom. Wish for more skill. And it's the biggest lesson that I've ever learned in life. And every time I lost a deal, I'm like, oh, shit. He probably dropped his pants to get the deal done. Or every time I would lose something, I'm like, whatever. I'll just make excuses. But I just wasn't valuable enough. My pitch was shit. They found more value somewhere else. So with anything we ever do in life, just okay, don't give up. Just keep going. Come up with a better polished pitch. And you got to keep going, because what you lack in skill, you make it up with numbers.
With that in mind, what do you think is a common piece of advice you think is completely wrong?
Listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. Don't let somebody else say that it's hard. This can't be done. That can't be done. And that's almost impossible to do. Just listen to your heart and you got to keep going. You just got to keep going. And if it's been done before, right? And if it hasn't been done before, fucking you be the first one to do it.
That lady from Empire Properties said that, didn't she?
That lady from Empire Property Investors motivated me
Why?
because she was a woman that had energy, enthusiasm, and full of life, and she always did the right thing, and she would always bring out the spark and the energy in you because you become your environment. Did I make money whilst I was out of her company? No, I didn't. But wow, when I was 19, 20 years old, and I walked into to a property to her office in Turak, Jesus, I got that experience. So yeah, I saw the vision then.
Was that spark always there?
The spark was always there. I think she brought out even more spark. Yeah, I saw a bigger vision being surrounded by her. She took me out to the bank, and one of the sales staff back then, about 13 years ago, made 50 grand in 1 month, and she got a whole stack of 50 grand cash, like literally puts in a trophy. He goes, saying, "This is $50,000 for you," and that inspired me. I said, if this guy can do it, can't wait to do it for myself.
What changed in you? That spark. What was the Zed before that spark? You know, you talked about it. She enhanced the spark, let's just say. What was the difference between you before that and after?
I didn't have that. I didn't have that before. I was too young before. I was in high school and then I did a business management course and I just didn't have that. It was the environment. You just go in 9 to 5, work at Telstra, get paid. Yeah, big deal. You made a couple of sales here and there. But it was the energy that I surrounded myself with, and it was the people who I surrounded myself with, and they brought out the best out of me. I learned one thing, two things from that specific strategy and those people, and that's why Zed is where it is today, the brand Zed, because of those hurdles. And because I could sell anything to anybody out there, doesn't matter if it's established real estate, if it's off the plan, if it's house and land package, if it's apartments, if it's projects, well, you name it, in 6 minutes, I can do a full feasibility for you because I struggled back then, because I got the knowledge back then. You talk to a normal estate agent, they're like, oh, man, I only sell established real estate. Fuck yeah. Your skill and knowledge stops in one era. You talk to any Z agents here, they will sell you the design. They will even tell the architect that you're not doing a better job. You can do a better job than this, and this doesn't demand this. This is wrong. That's wrong. They tell builders what to do as that agent because they add value. So we do 10 times more than just listing a property, selling a property. We will hold that potential client's hand until they've made money and the money's hit their bank account.
Do you have time to mentor staff here?
Yeah, once a week, yeah. Once a week, it's non-negotiable training. You know, I share Zed Talks and I share stories and they get to share their stories. They get to talk to me and I sit down and we go through their goal settings to make sure that I give them goal settings and I make sure that they're accountable to them, not to me, because I hate micromanaging stuff.
That sounds like it's what you missed out on that you're giving.
Yeah, I never had that. So then I wanted to create that environment. I wanted to create that training every Tuesday, non-negotiable, to make sure that they're a lot more skilled than what they were last week and the week before, for sure.
It's interesting because I've worked in an environment that I don't think encouraged having their employees better than they are, if that makes sense. You know, so I've seen real estate agents that they get someone that works for them and they don't encourage the better side of them, if that makes sense.
It's a common thing in the corporate world, Darcy. Yeah. The older generational, they are very reliant on staff to make money. They're reliant on their rent roll. They just tell you what to do, but they won't give you the secret ingredients. Or they just have been lucky because the market's been good. That organization where I used to work, none of those guys motivated me. None of them inspired me. For one specific reason. They were lazy fucks. And I can mention names, but I'm not going to mention names here because I don't like to talk bad behind them. Because I didn't get inspired. I had to find my own way out. They would not share their secrets with other people because they didn't want other people to go around them. What a fucking stupid mentality that is as a human being. How selfish can you be? I created Zed because I wanted to make sure that I could bring out the best out of every single person out there. You talk to any of my staff members here, there is no such thing as politics. They will share their energy, they would share their knowledge with every single staff member in here. They don't call in sick, and they would just go out there and get the deal done. And I've told them, your job is to bring out the best out of each other and be a team player. And those old sharks are reliant on staff to make money because they don't want to teach them the formula so they don't have to miss out on money. But they don't realize, the fucking idiots don't realize one specific thing, that giving starts the process of receiving. People are going to go, they're going to grow anyways. Why wouldn't you be a part of their growth and stay success? So I have a different philosophy in life. Always do more than what you've been paid for. It's about the person that you become at the organization. And how can you be a part of someone's growth? And those businesses will always fail because the leaders are reliant on staff to make money. When the leaders are strong, disciplined, consistent leaders, they're not reliant on anyone else. It's my fucking goal. Zed is my goal. It's my fucking baby. I'm not reliant on you or anyone else to get me to the goal. That's my goal. My goals doesn't have to align with your goals. If it means that you want to make, $10,000 a year, I full support you. I'll show you how to do that. If it means you want to make $1 million a year, I'll full support you how to do that. You want to grow? Let's fucking grow together. How can we bring out this best out of each other? Human beings are way too selfish, some of them. That's why I hate that whole organization, structural fucking look. You can't micromanage people.
I think that's why I've gone all in, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, mate, you're going to do very well. Mark my word, you will do very, very well. Because your heart, I can read your heart, that your heart is in the right place. When you got a good heart, everything else falls into its place.
We need people, whether they're teachers, mentors, family, or trusted friends, who challenge us and push us to be better. The right circle of influence raises the bar, helping us to set new, loftier expectations of ourselves. Oftentimes, we don't know what we are capable of until we see what others achieve. When we surround ourselves with positive, successful people, they consciously and subconsciously challenge us to be our best selves. Words from yourself.
Just like I said before, you have to be careful about your energy. You have to be careful about the table that you're eating. People like medication. They're like drugs. It's like you have a Panadol that numbs you, it calms you down. It gets rid of the headache or body pain. So are human beings. They're like medication. Some of them, they bring out the best out of you. Some of them, they bring out the worst out of you. Some of them give you negative energy. Some of them put you to sleep because the minute that they talk to you, they sound like they're half asleep. They can't even hear them. And then some of them like high, intense Red Bull energy that just wants you to jump around and just bring out the best out of you. So then you have to be careful about the medication, the people that you surround yourself with. And that's so important. And that's why I'm being selective about the energy that I have today.
How are you careful? Yeah, I was going to say, how are you careful about that?
You just don't share it. If their values don't even align with your values and their work ethics and their life disciplines aren't aligned with your life values and life disciplines, you don't need to share it. You can speak to them. You can be very respectful towards them. Let them chase their own goals and their own dreams, but their dreams and goals, they don't have to be aligned with your goals and vision and values that you have. So you just choose not to. That's why I said to yourself before that the top there is very lonely.
You said that a lot of people recognize you now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is that hard to protect? I don't know. To protect your energy when you perhaps go out and others are perhaps thinking a certain way.
No, I try not to change the world. No, not if they come out and take advice on me. I go out to gyms here and there, and people come up to me and I get happy. Very happily I share. Very happily I give them values. If they ask me questions, I'm a gentleman. I will always say, do this, do that, and I go straight to the point, and that's it. I just keep it at that. A lot of people feel intimidated when they see me. They come out, they talk to me like, "Fuck, you're actually a very nice guy." So I always give back, man. Always give back. Nah.
I can't help but ask if you come back to that question about whether you're glad you didn't have a mentor at that age.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering as to whether you would be sitting in this position right now or in this position right now if you had a mentor.
My clients have been my biggest mentor. I would have to say that because it's the people that you surround yourself with on a daily basis, the conversations you have with them, elderly people that's done well for themselves. So I've learned to pick up one or two things from them. So every home that you walk into, there's a story that they've gone through hardship, that they've gone through divorce cases. There's a big market for that right now. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing better marriage counseling, and I've been fucking single for 12 years, so people think I'm a very good marriage counselor. Mm-hmm. But I've learned so much during those things, what to do, what not to do, so now I implement that. Don't do that in your own personal life, Zed. Do this, implement this into your personal life, and you make coin. Or do this, it will help you out to bring out the best out of you. So that experience is a privilege, because I've dealt with CEO of Coles, CEO of Aldi, CEO of David Jones, the whole, shebang, and I get to sit down with them, and they all have one thing in common. They're very good, disciplined people, and they're family people, and they have gratitude, and they're very, very nice, humble people.
What's the biggest learning from you've taken from all of that you've applied to your life?
You don't have to feel like you're not going into work. Fuck it, I feel down today. I won't do this today. I'll just do this tomorrow. If there's shit that you need to get done, do it then, there and then on the spot and close the deal so you can focus on a better tomorrow. Don't leave today's work for tomorrow. Finish off yesterday's work yesterday. Finish off today's work there and then on the spot. Be more responsive, be disciplined, and just keep going. Even when you don't feel like going into work, just show up and dress up and just sit the fuck down and just make a phone call.
To the person a few weeks ago that sits down and they wonder what, well, they're questioning that, because they used to have that. They used to have that drive and what they did, and they don't anymore. What would you say to them?
Why are you doing what you're doing then? Why are you putting yourself out there that you're not excited to get up every single day and you're not looking forward to creating content, whatever it is that you're doing? If you're not looking forward to walking into an environment, don't put yourself out there. Just do it to pay the bills, but then also have your weekly, monthly goals, so at least you know where you want the business to be in the next 6 months' time to 6 years' time. There's no point starting something if there's no into it, and it's got to be worth something before you get out of it.
I say that because a few weeks ago I had that with real estate.
Yeah.
And when I came into this office a few years ago, I don't know if you can remember that.
Yeah.
When we were talking about that Yarraville site. I thought I was going to be a career real estate agent forever.
Yeah.
And it just gradually changed and progressed. So it was almost as if I was exposed to a life that I never thought possible. And once I got exposed to that, I naturally drifted towards that day in, day out. So for someone that doesn't have that and they're in that environment, that's sort of the person like there's bills, there's pressure at the moment. Like how do you get out of that if there's nothing to perhaps fall back on?
It comes back reflecting on the directors and the leaders that you're around. If you fail, that means the business is a failure. That's how I look at it. When you've been given an opportunity at that specific organization, it's that director's job to be able to bring out the best out of you. Just make you sit down and say, how badly do you want to achieve your dreams? Sit down with you on fortnightly basis, monthly basis to make sure you're accountable. Do you want this to work? Or are you just here because you're interested in being in real estate? How committed are you? Okay, if you're committed to this, then follow these footsteps and you'll get to that destination. Otherwise, you're just wasting your own time. I'm going to turn you into that person that will make you a shitload of money. And via that, this is how you do it. Would you like this? Good, done. Then do it. Follow the structure. That's it. It's as simple as that. A lot of people, you got to remember, I've worked in organizations where I've hated real estate because the people were shit in there. So if you don't feel good in that specific organization, get the fuck out, man. Get out. What do you got to worry about? You will always have a roof under your heads. You got Centrelink. You got food. You'll never be on the streets. Go out, ask somebody, just down the road. Ask somebody, say, can I have $5 because I haven't eaten? Go out, they'll help you. They'll even give you a blanket. We live in the best world, man. Best part of the world. Everyone's out there to help each other out. There's a lot of nice people in Australia.
What do you look for when someone works for you now?
No experience needed in real estate. People that already got experience, not interested, don't apply to Zed Real Estate because I can't be fucked micromanaging. I need hunger, discipline. I need discipline. And I need enthusiasm. When you reach out to me, don't reach out to me on Instagram. Don't reach out to me on Facebook. Don't reach out to me on LinkedIn. Pick up the phone and sell yourself to me. And if I haven't, if I'm not excited in the first 5 seconds, you've lost me. I hang up on telemarketers all the time because they just read scripts. They're not being authentic. Pick up the phone, dial like an old soul, man. How are you? Good? Perfect. The purpose for my phone call is this. This is what I'm going to do. Are you available at this time? This is the purpose. That's it. Keep it simple. Don't use scripts and dialogues. I want an opportunity. Give me a disc, give me a phone, watch what I can do. I'll be bigger than you. Okay, come, show me how big your balls are. That's it.
Many
Simple
people
as that.
do that.
Yeah, heaps of them. And heaps of them reach out to social media and I reject them. I don't even respond to them. No, not interested.
Do you have time to? Do you even look at your?
Yeah, I look at hot girls all the time. Okay. I'm kidding.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
interesting, actually. Yeah. On my algorithm, I try not to run it myself, okay, majority of the time. But all you'll see in my algorithm, this is what you're going to see, okay? Watch this. This is actually quite interesting. Okay. You will not see one girl in there. I don't follow any of them.
Mel Robbins, but she's not naked.
Something motivating. You'll see properties there. There's properties there.
Yeah.
There is a six-pack in there, okay? There's drums in there. There's my competition. There's music in there. That's it. Because someone's algorithm in there, if it's just girls, hot guys, and all that stuff, where the fuck are they going in their life, man?
So it sounds like what you've said to me about who you surround yourself with, that is also a representation, or that is also important when the doors are closed as well.
Of course, man.
What you absorb.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's interesting. I reckon my algorithm would almost be the same.
Yeah, good.
And I put out a lot of content, but I think the more you put out, almost the more the more shielded you are to inputting the content yourself. I mean, I look at content, like you said before, for competition. Like I look at content to try and get motivation. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. All of us do. All of us need to look at content for motivation, but put your own style into it. Yeah, because you got to remember, you are your biggest competition. Nobody else is a competition here. How can I make Darcy better than what he was last year?
How?
Only you know the answer.
Yeah.
How do I become more impactful? Ask all these questions to you. How do I reach out to a bigger audience? What do I need to do? It's interesting. Nobody actually really likes shit when I do with all the luxury space, but the minute, like, for example, I'm out there spending time with my nephew and nieces and family and all that, and people can reach out to you because I'm being authentic. So authenticity is beautiful.
You talked about impact, and I think, and you said 10 years ago you thought that money and success and fame would bring you all those things.
Yeah.
Happiness.
Yeah, it doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't, man.
It's interesting because the longer I go in this space, the more exposed I will be to that life, I guess. Because people ask me now, what do you want? And all I say is millions of followers. And what you've just said before, I'm not sure if that's going to be the thing that I want when I get there.
Your case is very different to mine because you're a value-added podcast. That's why you did this. You did this to inspire others. So then your intention's in the right place. So that 1 million followers will literally just tune into your channel because they want to get inspired. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to follow your journey. But because of the brand and the person that you are, that Darcy gave up everything to make sure that he can make a positive impact in the society, that itself is a story on its own. Those 1 million followers could turn into 3 million, to 5 million, 6 million, because then your intention's in the right place and people can see that, authenticity. Mate, you left your job. How many people are willing to do this? Not many people. No one. So welcome to the grind, son. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's surreal, but it's where I was meant to be.
Yeah, good.
Honestly.
Good. I love it.
For many, real estate is the last shot at success. But here's the truth. Most people are just interested in making it. They're interested in success, interested in doing the work, interested in being top agents. But there's a huge difference between being interested in doing and being committed. Being interested means doing the work when it's convenient. Being committed means doing whatever it takes for as long as it takes, no matter what. Success in real estate and in life comes down to your mindset. I think that sort of sums up what we've been talking about.
Yeah, well, we spoke about that. We spoke about being committed and we spoke about being interested. Yeah, people are just interested. They're not committed. Be committed to your goals.
Would you say that's the biggest thing you'd say to someone who perhaps is lost in their 20s?
20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, man, doesn't matter. I mean, God created, this world and he didn't create numbers, yeah? So human beings created numbers. It's only about how old you feel. And with age comes more wisdom. And we've been told this numerous amount of times. So then people that are in their 20s and their 30s, go listen to people that are in their 50s and 60s. So make sure you don't repeat the same shit was what they did.
It's funny how quickly your life can change though.
Of course it is.
I'm assuming is there a moment that you can go back to where you were like,
it's interesting.
wow.
One of my 23-year-old staff here is doing incredibly well, and he bought this 22, he's doing very, very well. And he just bought a sports car. And for as long as I can remember, I haven't had a license because I've been 20, not long ago. And I've had, a lot of sports cars and I've enjoyed it. And, I've been stupid with it as well because these sports cars are fast, super fast. And you put your foot on the, pedal, it bloody flies. And then what happens is you just lose your license. I literally just told him, I said, listen, you're 22, congratulations on the grind. Well done. I'm very proud of you. But be careful. Don't speed. Don't be stupid. Like last night, the night before, bam, fucking, he lost his license on the spot. And he said, I should have listened to you, but I needed to go through this. I told him, don't feel down because I've been through it and I only got my license back very, very recently. So don't feel down about it. It's okay because I've been there. So he said, I should have listened to you. Well, fuck. You would have avoided that. So a lot of people, this is just one example. This is just an example of, our parents telling us not to do this. Be careful of that. Do this. Just listen to them, man. They've been there, done it. Why would you not make the same mistake as what they did?
I think what he said though about actually needing to go through it is important.
You don't have to. Why the fuck do you need to go through it? Just listen to them.
Yeah.
Don't make that mistake. Now you have to go through 12 months of hardship.
I think though he will never make that mistake again though.
He's not going to make that mistake again. 100%, I agree. But rewinding that young Zed, the 22-year-old Zed, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you fucking a lot of mind fuck-ups.
But what I mean, you said before about the whole mentorship thing as well. Like if you had people guiding you, you wouldn't have made mistakes. Mm-hmm. Mistakes have resulted in things that were perhaps not ideal.
But I wish I did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I did. I wish people weren't that selfish that they could have at least helped me out, guided me, instead of telling me. People don't like being told. They want to be inspired. You tell somebody not to have this food, that don't do this, don't do that. The doctors always tell you, mate, you're putting on so much weight, your cholesterol levels going through the roof. Stop having fucking 16 pizza slices in one go and stop having bad fruit. What do? You keep eating it. You don't listen. Same thing works in life. You tell somebody not to do that, they just go out there and do it. But can you inspire somebody? Absolutely you can.
Who inspires you?
Me, myself, and I. And if there's something I need to learn, I go out there, do the research, and I just self-educate myself not to do it. I'm just consistent. People say, oh, just go out to the gym and, you want to maintain the body I have. I don't want to fucking maintain the body I have. I want to keep getting stronger than what I did last year. I want to know more than what I did last week to what I am now. Like the minute you walked into this office, mate, my friend's been going off non-stop. Did you close the deal? Wrap it up. Did you close the deal? Wrap it up. Congratulations. Well done. Let's do the next deal. That's exactly what I'm doing. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm in the middle of negotiating. I'm not one to just preach, but I don't put it into practice. You know what I mean? I literally just say everything that I've actually shared in this podcast today with you. It's literally what I live by. That's pretty much it. Life is not that hard, man. Just you got to be consistent. Whether you like it, be consistent. You don't like it, be consistent. Reach out to people. Seek for help. Seek for advice.
Well, I'm glad I reached out again, mate, because this has been a cracker. And
thank you.
I really appreciate what you've done. And like I said, I look at all of this and it's not a shock to me.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of you. Well done. Don't give up. Keep going because you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, man.
Well done, bro.
I got a final question to end it with.
Oof. Let's go. What's the final question?
If everything you built disappeared today and nobody knew who you were, what would you do tomorrow?
I'll build it stronger. I'll build it stronger, better, bolder, badder, and bigger. Do it 10 times even better. Yeah, I wouldn't give up. Fall down 7 times, get up 8 times. No problem at all. I can walk into any industry, I'll rip it a new asshole, and I'll get rid of my competition overnight. My competition, when they see me at houses, they get fucking scared. Like, Zed's around. Move. That's the image I've created. You put them on the same table as me, I'm not going to say I'm better than you. I'm going to say I'm 10 times more harder working than you. You're like, fucking sell it better than me. See if you can beat me. Good luck. They call me to be my friends. I don't really fucking friends with nobody. I am my only friend, and my friends and families around me. Let's go. Your competition, you either join me on board, or goodbye. Everyone wants to be my friends, Real estate agents want to be my friends. Not fucking your friends. Sign up the book, buy my course. Otherwise, you join. Simple as that. Because it's not like I'm better than them. I'm 10 times harder working than them. Our brand is simply the best brand out there is in the country. There's literally no other real estate brand that I can sit down and say it's as innovative as Zed Real Estate, because we're your one-stop shop for everything. Good luck beating that. I genuinely mean that. I genuinely mean that there is no, I shared this with my latest Zed talk here with the staff. I said, I'm so proud of every single one of you guys, because I have never ever come across any other agency that actually works as hard as you guys. Congratulations. You've left your partners inside the hospital to go out there, sign another contract to make a difference in somebody else's life. Who the fuck has a discipline like that? That all comes down to speed of the leader is the speed of the employee. And I'm running 1,000 miles an hour. So then I become a good example myself to be able to inspire others, because I live that philosophy myself. I don't tell people what to do. I do it myself. Then they get inspired.
Good way to win it, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you a lot.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Good way.
Thanks, brother. All the best, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Whew. That was good, man.